Hi guys, it's Diana. I just thought I would pop on to see if everything is working, and everything is backwards to me. So I am excited to try this. It seems a little bit easier. Hopefully you guys can tune in a little bit easier or find me a little bit easier. You can type comments. So I can read them. So you can let me know if you can hear me, and you can let me know if you can see things correctly. So let me know if you're watching, and let me kind of adjust this. It's a little bit different for me. Like I said, things right now are backwards for me. So I'm just trying to do a little bit of checking here to see if I can flip my camera, and I'm not seeing anything. So we are just checking things. So how's everybody doing this evening? Hopefully everybody is good and this was easier for you to find. I'm going to just kind of stall for a minute or so people can, this is a new platform for me. Since I usually do Facebook Live, and I thought this might be a little bit easier for people to find. So hopefully you guys are able to log on and see what's going on a little bit easier. I don't see any comments, so comment to let me know if you can hear me or not. Hey, Teresa, good. I'm so glad. Is it backwards to you, Teresa, or is it okay? To me, it's backwards. So I just wanted to make sure it's not backwards to you guys, because I can't figure out how to flip it around. Does that make sense? It's kind of odd. I don't know. Maybe my camera is set up backwards. It's not backwards. Okay, great. Okay, well, I'm going to go for it because, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'll try it because when I look down at it, it looks fine. So yeah, I'm going to just look down. I'm going to look down. So, okay. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you guys tuned in for me. We'll see if this is a little bit easier. It should. I'm going to go ahead and save it. So it should go into my videos so you can access it anytime. And so we will go ahead and get started. The only other thing I want to mention before we get started is the new catalog is out. So the new annual catalog is available. If you do not have a copy and you would like a copy, please let me know and I would be happy to get you one. There's a lot of fun new stuff. So I'm excited for it. I've got a lot of new stuff that I've been playing with. I'm excited to share all that with you, and continuing to do Mystery Mondays. And you'll have to let me know if this is a better format than the Facebook Live. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully everyone got clue number 1. So if you did not, I'm going to leave it up for just a second. You can screenshot it, or you can come back to this video at a later time and screenshot it. And then that way you can print that photo off if you need it, or contact me and I'll try to see if my husband can help me put a link down below. It's a PDF file. So maybe I can add the file to the information so you can get clue number 1. So, or maybe I'll just do all of the clues. That way you can come back to it and go through everything without watching the video. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. So here's the supplies that I was going to use. Okay, and going through the list here, a colored cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11. This is new Tahitian Tide. Fancy, huh? This is one of the new in colors that we have. So I'll set that aside. Same colored cardstock that is 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 5, and then a scrap also. Basic white cardstock, 1 piece that is 4 by 5 1/4, and also a scrap. And it looks like I have a couple scraps here. Oh, nope, that's the, oh yeah, I have a couple scraps here. So this is the 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have a scrap piece right here or right here, either one. Okay, and then this was a little bit confusing, so I apologize. Sorry, this has got a glare on it. So those are my embellishments. I'll get that out of the way real quick. Okay, so my it said different designer series paper, same pattern. Okay, so that just means designer series paper, same pattern, 2 pieces at 2 1/2 by 4 using the same pattern. And this is also Tahitian Tide. This is the new little 6 by 6 DSP pack that you can get. Oh, great, Teresa. Oh, yay. I love, oh, did you get the tumbler? Awesome. I ordered the hoodie and I can't wait to get it. So, okay. So this is the DSP that you can get. And then it said different designer series paper. So that just means a different pattern, but you want them both the same also. Same pattern, 2 pieces, 1 1/2 by 4 3/8. So that's what it meant. I didn't mean to make it confusing, but it kind of was a little bit confusing, but that's what it means. So, okay. So 2 pieces, then 2 different pieces that are the same pattern. Okay. Hopefully that made sense. The ink I'm using is going to be polished pink. I've got, this is the stamp set that I'm going to be using tonight. This is this was the free stamp set we got in our last paper pumpkin. Isn't it pretty? I know, and it was free with your pumpkin. So if you don't know what the paper pumpkin is, it's a monthly subscription. So, and it comes once every month and in a box. You never really know kind of what you're getting, although they've been putting out a lot of clues. Very nice little clues. So you kind of get an idea of what's coming out. You can skip a month. You can get every month. I always get every month. Actually, I get 2 every month. So, but anyway, that's kind of a fun thing. But this was an extra stamp set that came because of their anniversary. So it was kind of fun to get this one. So this is what I'm using tonight, the stamp set. And the embellishments I showed you. And I've got my trimmer because we're going to do some scoring here. So here is my trimmer. Remember, I do have this cutting tool. So if you are interested in getting a cutting tool, my husband made this up so that it's a little bit easier for people to measure. Hopefully that helps a lot of you. I know it helps me immensely. I love having that option on there because it actually measures, has the 2 1/8, 2 7/8, or 2 5/8. So it's pretty cool. 2 3/4. So, and it goes on down the line. It is made for just our trimmer. But if you would like to, you can sure let me know and I'll send you a PDF file and you can print it off on your own, or I'd be happy to send you a copy. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead. I'm going to move this a little bit off to the side and my glue, and we are going to go ahead. I think the first clue is something about trimming. So let me get clue number 2. Okay, guys, so clue number 2, let's get started. Let me see if I can respond. I'm going to try to say something to you, Teresa, because this is a new platform for me. Oh, you need the guide? Cool. Let me respond and see how that works. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let me know if you can read that and how easily that comes across. But anyway, so here's clue number 2. So what we're going to do is score the colored cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11 at 2 3/4 and 8 1/4 on the long side of the card. So we're going to take our handy dandy trimmer here and 2 3/4 by 8 1/4. So I'll try to get it up here where you can kind of see. I have to put the little extender arm out since we're measuring so far out. And then make sure you use the scoring blade, not the cutting blade. Not that I've ever done that before. So we're going to do 2 3/4. Okay. Oh, and this card's going to be landscape. That was in clue number 1 too. That means it's going to be sideways. Landscape is long ways, portrait is up and down. Okay, so there was our 2 3/4 and score at 8 1/4. And I'm over here at 8 1/4. How easy is that to read? I know. Teresa, if I don't get it to you, remind me. But yes, came across very well. Perfect. Okay, so there we've got our scoring done. So let me set this aside. It's a little bit bulky. Perfect. Okay, so clue number 2. I'll give everybody just a second to get finished with that. But yeah, this is one of the new DSPs, Tahitian Tide. They have a lot of fun colors. There's always 5 new colors that come out every year. So this is one of the new ones. And that's the little in color pads are fun. Okay, let's go on to clue number 3. Okay, clue number 3. Okay, so adhere designer series paper that measures 2 1/2 by 4 to both front panels. Okay, so we've got these. These are our 2 1/2 by 4s. Okay, and I think they're wanting us, remember, always fold away from a score. And if you have a bone folder, it works a lot nicer. I'm just going to use the edge of my scissors here. Okay, this gives a nice crisp fold. Okay, so there's that. So we've got that done. My favorite go-to adhesive is liquid glue, just because it's a little bit forgiving. And I believe this is going to be the front of our card. So we're going to go ahead. And I always put it on the piece that you're putting down on the paper, because that way if you go outside of the edges on the base piece, it doesn't fall out or gush out on the edges. So we're going to put this just down. It's going to center up a little bit on that panel. Okay. And then we're going to grab this one on this. So what I'm saying is you can see where you're going to need glue, whereas on this piece, you don't really know exactly where you need to put the glue. And there is that. Okay. What DSP are you using and color are you using tonight, ladies? Put that in the chat for me. So there's that. And what's your favorite adhesive? I love this just because it's, like I said, you can move things around a little bit. It's a little more forgiving. So I just like it a little bit better. The other adhesives are really, really permanent and stick really, really good. So, okay. Everybody done with that part? Okay, let's go on to clue number 4. I'm sorry if there's a delay. That's kind of a bummer. Okay. So we've got this. Add basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4 inside of card with adhesive. So I believe this is going to be our inside of our card. So it's wanting us to apply the 4 by 5 1/4 to the inside of the card. Now remember, if you'd like to stamp something on the inside on this piece, go ahead and stamp it before you place it down. So you can skip this piece if you want to stamp something. Your greeting, that way if you mess it up, you can just flip it over and redo it. So if you think you want to stamp a greeting or something else on the inside, go ahead and stamp that first before you stick it down. So if you have a greeting, like, let's see, we're going to do sending you birthday wishes. So we could do celebrate. You could do celebrate on the inside there. But it's just a tip. You don't have to. You can go ahead and stick that down. That's how the instructions are. But if I was stamping something on the inside, I would want to stamp it first, then go ahead and glue it down. That way, if you make a mistake, you can always take it out. Oh, you're using retired and liquid glue. Yep. The most economical. Look at us being frugal. Okay. So I'm going to set that aside then. And see if we have any other comments. I don't see anything else. Okay. So we'll go on. So that way, if you want to skip this part and stamp something on the inside, you can. Let's go on to clue number 5. Clue number 5. Okay. Add the 2 pieces of DSP that measure 1.5 by 4 3/4 to the 2 pieces of colored cardstock. Okay. So we're going to set this aside for a minute. And it's saying to take these 2 pieces that we have and these 2 pieces, and we're going to adhese them together. So we're going to layer these together is what it's telling us to do. So let's go ahead and layer. And I think I'm going to use the flowers. Yeah. I like the flowers. And the people who don't like the glue, I'll say this again, are usually the people who just use too much of it and it kind of gobs out the sides and stuff, or it bubbles your paper. So if you just use a really light hand on the glue, I mean, it also has this fat tip on the other end that you can smear, do a thin layer of glue. So if that's more comfortable for you, you can use that too. But that's kind of what I found is the people who don't like the liquid glue just use a little bit too much of it. So, and it doesn't take a lot. I mean, it's just gluing a piece of paper to a piece of paper. So, but I mean, with the liquid glue, you can kind of slide it around. You can see how I kind of slid it around before it sticks really tight. So you're making a birthday card too, Teresa? Okay. So there is that. 2 pieces of designer series paper. We've got that put together. Okay. Let's go on with clue number 6. This isn't going to be a difficult card. It's going to come together pretty quickly. So, and I hope you love this pattern because it's really fun. Okay. Place the 2 pieces of DSP cardstock from clue number 5, so the last clue, which is these little pieces, on top of the front of your card to see how to line them up. You want them to be spaced equally from the top, bottom, sides, and each other. So what that is telling us right now is we're going to kind of center these to see where we want to put them. So it's saying kind of center them top, bottom, make sure they're kind of both the same, kind of like that. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that color. Isn't that awesome? That color together. I mean, it would be really pretty with contrasting colors too. I'm going to play with this pattern a lot more. Yeah, I go through a ton of birthday cards too. Yeah, I got you, girl. I got you. So, okay, so we've kind of got them spaced equally. So we know where we're going for. So let's see. So the next clue is to add the adhesive to the left side of the top DSP cardstock and attach to the left panel of your card. So it's telling us that we're going to put adhesive on the left-hand side, the top, and attach to the left panel. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right here. Okay, doesn't need a lot. And having these kind of lined up here, I'm just going to line this up a little bit and see how I can kind of slide it around if I need to because I used that glue. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. It's going to be so pretty. Okay, so it's only attached then to the left-hand side. So it's going to open, I think, looks like kind of a buckle like that. Look at those colors. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Simple enough so far. Okay, clue number 8. Whoops. Crooked. Okay. Adhesive to the right side of the bottom. Oh, and attached to the right panel. Okay, these are going to open opposite. Okay, so then we kind of line it up that way. And like I said, I love the liquid glue because you can kind of slide it around. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that. Oh, that's really neat. I'm doing a swap this weekend, and I think I'm going to do this card. And I'll do it in all different ink colors. That'll be so much fun. I just got my swap idea. See how easy it is? Okay, how are you guys doing? That look good? Perfect. Perfect. Really neat stuff. Okay, clue number 9. I'll move this out of the way since it's a little hard, since it's popping up like this. Stamp small greeting on basic white scrap and cut out with paper trimmer. Or you could actually use, at this point, you can use where's my block? You can use a punch also. I brought my punch out, so I was going to show you how to use it with a punch. But I lost my stamp. There it is. Okay, so I just grabbed the Sending You Birthday Wishes off of this stamp set. I grabbed the polished pink. I didn't want it to be too monochromatic. I wanted to add a little pop of color. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the greeting here in polished pink. And I'm going to stamp it because I'm going to use a punch. Okay. And let me show you a quick trick here. Let me get an emery board. So if you have a new stamp set and it kind of gives you a little bit, I don't know, you can kind of see it. It's just not a really smooth texture. It's a little bit bubbly kind of. So if you take just an emery board, any kind of emery board, and just kind of rub it back and forth, what it does is it kind of gets the, there's a mold release that they put to make it pop out of the mold when they're making the stamp. And it sometimes sticks on here and it's still on there. And then so your ink bubbles up on there. So let's try it one more time. And our pads are really juicy, so they get a lot of ink on them. So let's see if we can stamp it one more time. Okay, a little bit better. Yep, a little bit better. So anyway, there's a tip for you. If you have some stamps that you don't like how they're stamping, that is one tip for you that might help just get some of that mold release off of there. And this says cut out with paper trimmer. So you could either cut this out with your trimmer, which would just kind of be like this. You know, just cut it out like this. You know, close to the greeting. You can do that. It works a little bit better than just eyeballing it, but I mean, if you don't have a trimmer, you can certainly just cut it out. Or if you have a die, like a tag die or a tag punch, you could certainly use that also. But what I'm going to do, so then you would have that. But I do have a punch ready. I've got this double oval punch. It's still available in the new catalog. And I'm just going to use this scallop one so that we don't have to make a layer. But I'll show you both ways just in case. So I'm just going to line that up. Always stamp first and then line your image up upside down so you can see exactly where it's going to punch. How easy is that? Okay. Our punches are awesome. So there's that. So you could do it either way, whatever you have available, which is, yeah, birthday. Sorry, I was looking for comments just to make sure. Joyce is not able to get on, so let me just get back on. Message her real quick. She must not be able to find my channel. Well, thank you guys for finding my channel in advance. I know it's difficult, but you should be able to search for it and should be able to find it really easily. But I know sometimes easy things aren't quite as easy as they seem, are they? Okay, let's go on. Like I said, they can always tune in at some time. So create a mat for your greeting layer. Layer if desired. So that's just saying that you can, if you want, you can use your scrap and you could use this. And what I do to make a layer is I just line it up, add a little bit of adhesive here, line this up like that. Okay, so we're creating a mat, and a mat just means that you're putting one layer on top of another layer and leaving a little bit of a border showing. So this would be the greeting, and to create a mat, or we've got this greeting and adhere together. So that's what we did here. So we created the mat and adhere together. Hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, you can use punches or dies also to make it, to really fancy it up. It's a little bit crooked. So, okay. Well, let's hope that the girls can follow us here, hopefully. Okay. Add the greeting layer to the card front on one of the panels with dimensionals. Okay, so it looks like now it's telling us we can put our greeting on one of these panels anywhere we would like. And then we're going to pop it up. And here's another tip for you. So my dimensionals, the ones that are on the edges, I just cut, and then I just use them as cut pieces at my desk. So make sure you use clear off to the edges. Just cut your own little shapes. Don't waste anything. So, and I usually just put one or two on because they're really sticky. Peel off the back, and you could put it right here. I think I'm actually going to use this one. I think it pops a little bit more. So I'll peel off this one and put it right. I kind of like it on the bottom best. Okay, you could add other embellishments, like if you wanted to add a ribbon or something underneath, some twine, so a little sparkle, some colored thread, metallic threads. You could certainly add that underneath. Isn't that cute? I love this. I love this card style. This is going to be so much fun, especially in all the different in colors. Okay, guys, the last clue. Here is the last clue. Joyce, were you ever able to get on? Let me know if you made it. Hopefully you did. If you want to stamp and cut out an image, you can do that. So if you have a stamp set such as this, if I wanted to add a flower, or some leaves or something additional to embellish the front of my card, now would be the time you could do that. And we could add that with dimensionals also. I think the DSP is the real star here. So I want the DSP to shine. But if you have something that's a little more plain, you might want to add some different embellishments. Now, the only thing I'm going to add to mine is I did go ahead and grab the iridescent jewels. And let me go grab my Take-A-Pic. No matter how prepared you think you are, you always find something else. So hopefully Joyce is figuring out how to get on here with us. Oh, sorry, that's glaring. Didn't mean to do that. So we're going to go ahead and just add a couple of embellishments here. This is the Take-A-Pic tool. Sorry, I was out of frame there. I was always taught to do things in threes. So that's what I do. I'll show you. Move it up here so you can see kind of, oh, that's a glare again. Sorry, guys. So I'm just going to do things in threes, trying not to get too much of a glare for you. Let's put it down here. There we go. Okay. What do you think, guys? Now, I don't know how it works to share share pictures on here. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I don't know if you can share a picture, especially after the live is turned off. I'm not for sure, but hopefully you can send me copies of your masterpieces or pictures of your masterpieces. You can, I do have a Facebook page. It's under the same name, Diana's Dazzling Diamonds. You could certainly post them there, or you can messenger me. You can do it that way. So if that's easier for you, you can certainly do that. And to show you what it looks like if it was just a layered greeting, this is what the layered greeting looked like. So there's the one with the punch. There's the one with the greeting. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this Mystery Monday. The project is lovely, so simple. You can make, hopefully you'll use this pattern and go and make lots and lots of other samples. So thanks for joining me. Leave some feedback. Let me know. I think I do get comments. I do get notification of comments on the videos, even after it's not live anymore. So you can certainly, so that's why I'm thinking that I might be able to see samples if you post them here. But I would love to see your samples. So make sure you share them and watch for next month's Mystery Monday Live. Also this Sunday, coming up at my home in Solomon, Kansas, we're having a kit together class. So if you have a kit and you want to put it together with other stampers and just have kind of a afternoon of fellowship and sharing and crafting together, RSVP, let me know that you're coming and I'll save you a seat. I also have some kits already here available for purchase if you don't have a kit. So if you're behind on your paper pumpkins, bring them on. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you later. Bye.